Hi, Karen Curry Parker here with your weekly Human Design Evolution Report. And if you watched my special edition Evolution Report on Sunday, I did survive the ice. I did not go through the ice. I'm here at my nice warm house, alive and well. I also want to wish you happy Human Design New Year. The Human Design New Year starts today, January 22nd, with the sun moving into the gate 41, the gate of imagination or fantasy. And it's a really interesting place for us to begin the new year because it's a new year that invites us, an energy that invites us to take stock of our material reality and see where we are. The gate 41 in Human Design is located on the root center. That's a center that is about being grounded. It's a center that is responsive, so to speak, and it's responsive to our awareness or our understanding or our experience of the material world around us. It comes from our being present, grounded in our physical life. The reason why this is important is because your physical life, our physical lives, the reality that we feel like we're living in, this tangible 3D matrix that we're swimming in, isn't something separate from who we are. You know, sometimes we talk about, oh, I got to get grounded, as if somehow you're floating above this and you're not here. Being grounded means you're being present to being here, but you're always here. This physical 3D matrix we're in is simply a collapsed quantum potential. And what you have brought into your reality, your collapsed quantum potentials, are influenced by the meanings that you hold about your life. It is meaning that influences perspective, and it is perspective that determines what our reality looks like. The meanings you give core things like money, relationships, health and wellness, power, lovability, self-trust, vitality, money. I said that already, right? The meanings you give these simple, basic archetypes in your life determine how you experience those archetypes in your life. So, for example, I'll use money since it's the one we can mostly relate to. You know, if you have a belief system or meanings around money that make money seem like an intangible, scarce thing that you have to grab for all the time, you know, if that's what your reality is reflecting back to you, it's also reflecting back to you where your meanings are. What meanings are you holding about your reality? The gate 41 in this grounded, rooted state, in this present state, invites us at the beginning of this year to take stock of the material reality that we're experiencing. In the 35 years plus years of coaching that I have done, one of the biggest things that people say to me is, well, I don't know what I want. I don't have clarity about what I want. I find that people really actually do know what they want, but they don't know how to assess where to find it. And then the second issue is they're also afraid to dream that they can actually have it. The gate 41 says, look at your outer reality. Look at what's going on in your life in every arena of your life right now. Do you love it? Is it awesome? Does it make you excited and passionate about being present to your life? If you are, then what you want, if you're seeking clarity, is more of that. And the gate 41 gives us the beginning fuel for us to be able to explore through dreaming, through fantasy. How can I get more of that? How can I experience more of whatever this meaning is in my reality? If you're looking at reality and it's not reflecting back to you joy, contentment, passion, well-being, if there are elements that you'd really like to tweak, maybe your relationships aren't as intimate and as delicious as you'd like for them to be. Maybe your financial flow isn't where you'd love for it to be. Maybe you're on the edge of something that you really, really want in your life, a breakthrough, a project, a passion, an ignition that you're in quest of. And your reality is telling you you can't have that because fill in the blank. That message that's being reflected back to you, I invite you to explore whether that message is actually coming at you from outside of you, or if there is an aspect of your own consciousness that's creating a reflection of that in your outer reality. Are you telling yourself you can't ignite your passion, your bucket list, your dreams, your yeses, the big things that you want to say yes to in your life? Are you failing perhaps to put the fire under those because you're telling yourself somewhere in your consciousness, I can't have this experience because I can't have this experience because I have kids. I can't have this experience because I don't have the money. I can't have this experience because this isn't possible for people like me. I can't have this experience because I don't have the energy. I don't have this. I can't have this experience because whatever. Fill in the blank. You have maybe, hopefully not, but probably if you're like any normal human being on this planet, you probably have some aspects of yourself where you're telling yourself, I can't because. The I can't because is a belief, and to a certain degree, it's part of the dream that you're using to create your current reality. The Gate 41 says, if you're not liking what's out there, change the dream. Everything that starts in your life, everything that's in your material reality is there because it started first in a mind somewhere. Maybe it wasn't your mind. I'm looking at my iPad. I'm holding a microphone. I'm sitting on a couch. All of these things first started, for sure, as a creative endeavor in somebody else's mind, right? But they started as an idea, a fantasy, a thought, a question. What would happen if? What else is possible? How can I create something better than this? That manifestation of that fantasy created something new in the third dimensional reality. It collapsed a new potential, a new reality for someone in terms of their creative process, and ultimately for all of us as we co-created with this primary creator the experience of all these things, right? Because you're not doing this alone in a bubble. We're all doing this together. We are being invited by the sun and the celestial weather to explore how can we create more of what we want? How can we release things that are holding us back from what we really want? How can we experience a greater fulfillment of our fantasies, of our dreams, in order to expand in the creative capacity of our reality today? This is the question. These are the questions I invite you to explore this week. Where do you want your life to change? Where is your outer reality showing you that those places where maybe you've pinched yourself into a corner, where you're holding yourself back from what's possible, where maybe your fear of the other shoe dropping, or your fear of, oh my God, what if this doesn't come true and my heart will be broken? Where is your own resistance keeping you from allowing yourself to relentlessly engage in fantasies about what else is possible for your reality? The fantasies you carry not only crack open your mind to thinking about saying yes to different possibilities in your reality, the fantasies you hold actually calibrate your emotional resonance field. When you are allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to dream, to imagine, to fantasize, you actually change your emotional frequency. And that emotional frequency in turn calibrates your heart. That heart that you hold inside of you, that beautiful part of the aspect of who you are. Your heart carries its own electromagnetic resonance field and a powerful force that attracts into your reality things that match your emotional frequency. Fantasy is the starting point for making that shift to changing the nature of what you attract, you pull into your physical experience. What meanings you begin to collapse from the quantum field into your 3D reality. I invite you this week again to really get crazy about what you're willing to let yourself dream about. You're not having to go out and do the work. You're not having to do anything else. You're simply giving yourself permission to dream, to fantasize, to imagine what else is possible. You may not realize it right now, but when you start having a dream, that dream lays the seed for the possibility of that dream manifesting in your physical reality. You are laying seeds this week for the rest of the year, from now until January next year. When you let yourself dream without holding yourself back, when you can go crazy with your dream, You don't have to figure out the details. And that's that's a big place where many of us get stuck. We get stuck in, well, how is that going to happen? You don't have to figure that part out, okay? Once you start dreaming and you start saying yes to the dream, the details begin to organize themselves. You move from entropy, chaos, to synthropy, organization, deliberation. You begin to organize the energies of the universe in your behalf. And the universe, as a reflection of your fantasy, of your willingness, of your being open to saying yes to the possibility of your dream, the universe in turn organizes and delivers to you things that match the quality of the energy you're offering. Pretty cool and kind of simple, actually. You don't have to really figure it out. Just summing it up, look at your world. If you've got stuff going on in your life that you love, ask for more of it. If you've got stuff going on in your life that you don't really like, fantasize about what else is possible. Get yourself engaged in that fantasy process just for a couple of minutes. I'm not saying you have to sit there for hours on a pillow not moving. Just explore in your imagination what else is possible. And I want to add one quick thing. I have found in my practice over the last few years especially, and certainly in my personal life, that exposure to other people's imaginations and other people's stories oftentimes limit what's possible, especially if you're engaging in some of the more limiting aspects of collective consciousness. Give yourself permission this week to get off social media, get off the computer, get off of anything that's robbing you of your own imagination. Let your own imagination be your truth this week. Explore what you want, not what you think society wants from you. Explore what you want, not what you think anybody else wants from you. This is your life. You were born perfectly equipped to fulfill the truth of who you are and all the dreams that you have in your head and in your heart. Don't forget, those dreams are the whisperings of your destiny. Those dreams are the truth of who you are. You wouldn't be given those dreams if you weren't also given the opportunity to experience those dreams in your reality. You've got everything it takes. So let yourself go crazy and get a good start to the new year. Talk to you next week.